Hello dear friends, how are you all doing? My name is August, this is Cozy Rosie Reads, and today we're choosing my March TBR. I am so excited for this. If you're new, we use this little TBR jar full of challenges and prompts to help me pick my next read because I am very indecisive. I have a lot of books on my shelves. I'm definitely a seasonal reader and I like to have the control of like picking books but getting the suggestions from the prompts or challenges. So we're gonna be picking the books for March. I'm so excited. I don't really know what I'm feeling for this upcoming month. My February reading month was incredible, like honestly incredible. I am just so happy with the books that I've read so far in February, but I don't really know what vibe I'm feeling for March. March is that weird month where things are transitioning to spring, but not quite. At least for here, I'm looking out my window right now, there is still snow on the ground, so I feel like I'm transitioning more into like starting to get into spring literature, which for me means lighter books, maybe a little bit more plot driven, more airy, more colorful covers, not so like gothic, classic, historical that I've been kind of feeling since December. So let's just see what happens and let's go ahead and pick our 10 prompts. All right, prompt number 1. I'm so excited. I love this video so much. I like count down the days until I can film this video, so I'm very, very excited. Prompt number 1 is, ooh, person on the cover. That's very interesting. That is a very interesting prompt. Okay, let's see here. So I do have some knickknacks here. I'll just like briefly show what I have because I know I have quite a few. We have The Accursed, Joyce Carol Oates. I know I just said I'm getting away from like gothic, especially like big books, but I feel like this would be really fun in March. Why am I feeling so pulled to this? The first book I picked out. This is a turn of the 20th century, dark and dangerous vampires and ghosts haunt the dreams of the innocent and powerful curse, shape-shifting European prince. It's been a long time since I've read like a fantasy like this. I did read Queen Victoria Demon Hunter this past month in February and it was like fine. It started out really fun, but it wasn't my favorite. So I don't know. It's been a while since I've read Joyce Carol Oates and I don't know, I feel like this would be fun. Oh my gosh, part 1, Demon Bridegroom. Why is this pulling to me right now? It sounds so fun. And it has beautiful water damage. Okay, this is like a really top contender. You never just like pick up a book and you're like, this feels so right now. Kind of having that moment. So let me just quickly see like what else we have because I know a lot of these covers have people on them. Oh my gosh, so many actually now that I'm thinking about it. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 8 out of these first 10 books have people on the cover. So let me like look through them and see if there are any top contenders. Oh my god, I have so many. Shit. Yeah, I have so many. So BRB 1 second while I like figure out my life a little bit and like I have too many to show you all. I'm so sorry, but one moment. Okay, I picked 4 that I would definitely love to read. So I think this might be a case of me putting these 4 to the side for now and then picking which one I want to go with at the very end of the video, depending on how the rest of the TBR goes. So we do have The Accursed, Joyce Carol Oates. Then we have The Rose Garden by Susanna Kearsley. I've talked about this one a lot. It was in my winter book haul and even this past month's TBR jar challenge in February. So this is like historical fiction, love story. Then we have The Rose and the Beast by Francesca Leah Block. These are 9 fairy tales retold into like short stories. Delicious. And then lastly, I have Reckless Appetites, a culinary romance by Jacqueline Duvall. I cannot wait to read this one too. So those are the 4. These are such vibes though, like a little bit of like historical fiction written by women about female characters. I don't know, I'm just being very pulled to them because they do have that historical fiction element that I do like in the winter time, but I like the femininity, right? Like the divine feminine energy that I'm getting from these books is just like really intriguing to me. So for now, put all of these to the side back here. Oh, I wish I could read like all 4 of these. We're gonna wait until the end of this video to then choose. That's how indecisive I am, and I need to know how the rest of this video is going first. So let's move on to prompt number 2. What do we have? Ooh, random color generator. That's fun. Okay, now BRB again while I go and get my laptop so I can pick a color wheel. Okay, I have my trusty laptop here. I'm gonna do random color generator. It looks like I used this one before, randomcolor.com. Magenta. Ooh, okay. I look, so I am definitely seeing, so this is the color that I have to pick of the cover of the book, and for that, I only really have one color that matches that really, really like almost spot on perfect. So I have a lot of pink. I love pink. A lot of pastel baby pinks. I have like two very hot pinks in this corner here. But the only one that like really matches that magenta hue is Places No One Knows by Brenna Yovanoff. Oh my gosh. This is a like literary fiction. Sounds like it might be a little surreal and have magical realism elements about two teenagers, a boy and a girl, and they find each other in their dreams. That's what I'm assuming, based on what I've heard other booktubers talk about. So I'm not sure if this is actually like YA or if it has some bigger, like more mature themes, but I'm really excited. I feel like this book feels almost like the epitome of March for me, where it is like you're stepping into this pink, like springtime energy. It feels like it would be fun, maybe easy to read. Just skimming through it, I'm seeing a lot of dialogue, but the girl in this like weird relationship, the two characters, she is like a straight A student, and then the guy, it says he's a loser. He drinks on school nights and gets stoned, and they're not close, they are not friends, but then one night she dreams herself into his bedroom, and then things happen. So I'm gonna add this. This like magenta right here is exactly what was on that color that we got in that random color generator. So we're gonna add Places No One Knows. I think that sounds fantastic. I love reading about teenagers and coming of age, but then add a surrealist, magical realism, speculative element, I'm there. Especially about dreams, huge fan. I'm a huge fan, so perfect. Prompt number 3. Ooh, another one. Cover art is a photograph. We have a lot of cover prompts. Okay, cover art is a photograph. I know I have several, but you know what we can pick for that is the Rose Garden, so that's an option. I also have the Animals in That Country by Laura Jean McKay. I really want to read this one. It has like a taxidermied ram on it along with a girl. Oh, honestly, I don't even know if this is a photograph or if it's just a really beautiful detailed drawing. It says cover artwork, Emily and the Ram, but I don't know. I mean, she is looking like she might be a little drawn. I'm doubting myself. Okay, what else do we have that's a photograph? I have Beautiful Animals by Lawrence Osborne. I've been saving this for the summer just because it takes place in like a really like arid desert, I believe. So I'm not gonna do that one. Ooh, we have The Hours by Michael Cunningham. These are like a series of photos, and I really would love to read this one. This is about a group of women who are in kind of like more modern contemporary society, and it also weaves the story of Virginia Woolf in it. I don't really know how that happens. I don't really want to look into it, but one of you did comment and say that this was actually made into a movie, so you recommended that I watch the movie after reading this. This is a big contender. I feel like, again, this is giving me March energy, and I don't really know what I mean when I say that, but like I have synesthesia, and I have like things have to have an atmosphere or a mood or a color or a texture that like makes sense with certain like months and then how I'm also feeling on top of that. So this is a really big contender, actually. Let's see what else we have. Speaking of Virginia Woolf, I still have Mrs. Dalloway on my shelves. This is an old photograph. I feel like this would be a good one too. Oh no, I'm finding myself in another predicament. I just want to read all the books, all the books. Ooh, we do have Edith Wharton's Twilight Sleep. Beautiful cover, love that. I've definitely been wanting to read Edith Wharton. Okay, with this information, I am kind of feeling a little bit pulled to the classics. So I think the like feminist classics, I'm loving the vibe of what's happening already because last month was very male dominated, like male authors. And this month already it's so much more female authors, and I'm really happy about that. So I'm kind of debating between Edith Wharton and Virginia Woolf. I've read Virginia Woolf before, but have not finished an Edith Wharton book before. But Mrs. Dalloway is smaller, it's a little bit bigger. Man, I don't know. Let's do the first sentence of each and see how we feel. We're gonna be extra picky. Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself. For Lucy had her work cut out for her. The doors would be taken off their hinges, Rumpelmayer's men were coming, and then, thought Clarissa Dalloway, what a morning, fresh as if issued to children on a beach. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I really loved Virginia Woolf's Orlando. Loved that one so incredibly much. Let's do the first sentence of Twilight Sleep. Oh, Loving this font and this older copy. Miss Bruss, the perfect secretary, received Nona Manford at the door of her mother's boudoir. The office, Mrs. Manford's children called it, with a gesture of the kindliest denial. Ooh, okay, then it talks about a tall Morocco-framed tablet, psychoanalysis, breakfast, silent meditation, facial massage, Persian miniatures. It's like someone's schedule. Oh my gosh. Art dealers. Ooh, I'm really... Dang it. I'm really torn. I'm really torn on this one. What is happening? Shoot. This is about like high society, jazz age, New York City era, almost socialites, I believe. It deals with sex, drugs, work, money, infatuation with the occult and spiritual healing. This sounds really good. But also Mrs. Dalloway is this like stream of consciousness, confusing, bizarre, like run-on sentences, goes throughout just one day while Mrs. Dalloway is like planning this event or party. Oh man, friends, why am I so indecisive? This hurts. Why am I like that? Why am I like this? Shit. I will have both of them on my shelves forever, so why am I making it a big deal now? I don't know. I just like can't pick. We're gonna go with Twilight Sleep for now, and then if at the end of this TBR jar I have too many big books, we can do Mrs. Dalloway. I don't know. They're like not that different in size, but this is a little slimmer, but probably not easier to read because it's very convoluted and very bizarrely written. So we're gonna do Twilight Sleep. Heck yeah, Edith Wharton, let's do it. What a journey, my friends, what a ride. Okay, let's do prompt number 4 then. Gosh, I'm getting really long ones. A book you think will make you laugh. Oh man, I think I struggled with this one last time it came up in the TBR jar too. A book I think will make me laugh? Jeez. I don't know. I don't feel like I pick up books that I think are gonna make me laugh. I like books that make me think or will just like pass the time and entertain me. What will make me laugh? Shoot. Okay, the only one I'm thinking about, this is literary fiction and it does talk about a fake marriage. This is Twinkle by Kaori Ekuni, translated by Emi Shimokoa. I don't know if this would actually make me laugh, but it's basically about a sham marriage between a man who is gay and has a boyfriend, and then the woman in this relationship is emotionally unstable. And they have a sham marriage to please their parents, and it's actually the most perfect sham in relationship. So I don't know if this would make me laugh, or I guess it really depends on like the writing style. It says, classically structured and lucidly told, Ekuni's impeccable comedy of manners twinkles with savvy wit and quiet wisdom. I think I'm gonna go with this. Beautiful cover. I showed this off in my winter book haul, but look at this. Ready? That is what is underneath this glossy hardcover. I am in love with this book. In love with this cover. And then look at this inside. Oh my gosh. It's stunning. So beautiful. Like honestly, one of the most like beautiful things. Like it would just be so cool to have it like this. But then adding this dust jacket makes a little hole for their faces. I love it. I'm gonna add this. It's like self-proclaimed as a comedy. But who knows, it might actually be sad because I'm thinking about, you know, this deals with very interesting topics, and I'm thinking about like Convenience Store Woman, where it was marketed as a comedy, but it was anything but. It's like very sad and has a lot to say about society and this really awful culture of having to achieve and work harder in this capitalist society and like make most money and have an awesome house and drive a cool car when like you can just like live a nice, quaint, pleasant life and still be fulfilled. So I'm really curious about this and I'm really excited for it. This stack is just literally perfect. Prompt number 5 then. Oop, I have a big one here. What is this? Oh my gosh, I'm getting like all the really big prompts. Oh my God. What is happening? Okay, we have a book with animals on the cover or in the title. I don't know what's happening with these prompts today. Some months when I do this challenge, it's only like letter prompts and we have not gotten anything. So far it's all been based on the cover art. That is just wild to me. Okay, well we know one that we can do, right? And that's Animals in That Country by Laura Jean McKay. This is a big contender. I really want to read this. I love this format so much. Like big, tall paperback, Huge fan. This is like a almost like climate fiction, science fiction about this pandemic that happens that causes people to start hearing the thoughts of animals, or like what animals are saying or communicating to each other, and it keeps progressively getting worse and worse until humans are not able to live a normal life anymore because they're starting to hear the thoughts and words of insects. Could you imagine how much noise that would be in your brain at every given moment? But it's all about this woman who's like this old grumpy grandma who goes and like saves the day for it. I don't know. And she has like a pet dingo. I'm very intrigued. I would love to read this, but what other options do we have? Because this is like the biggest contender right now. Again, we have beautiful animals. The Guest Cat, Takashi Harari. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. And then I do have Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame over in this like corner over here. But I'm definitely saving that one for a summer day. I don't know why, that's just how I'm feeling about it. So I think I'm actually gonna go with The Animals in That Country. I've been wanting to read this. I picked it up in the fall, and I feel like it's going to be so interesting. I feel like in March, even if I can't get to all of these books, I will never run out of inspiration of like the books I can read. And I'll just be excited to pick up the next one, you know? Again, we have another female author. This month is kicking ass for me. I'm so excited. I needed this in my life. I needed way more female authors. Prompt number 6. Ooh, what has been on TBR longest? I think last time this one came up, I did tell you all that this has definitely been on the longest still. It is The Map of Salt and Stars by Zeyn Joukhadar. I'm covering up their dead name on here, and I still really want to read this, and it's happening. We're gonna read it in March. It's beautiful writing style. It follows a girl named Noor who loses her father, and her mother moves her and her sisters from New York City back to Syria to be closer to their family. And in order to keep her father's spirit alive, Noor tells herself their favorite story, the tale of Rawia, a 12th century girl who disguises herself as a boy in order to apprentice herself to a famous map maker. And it is honestly such beautiful writing style when I started reading it. When I first picked this up, we have this gorgeous map inside, and then the first thing we open up to is this poem about Syria in the shape of Syria. This has been on my TBR probably since, God, how long? Probably like the winter of 2018, 2019, and I still haven't read it. So I'm very excited. We're actually gonna put this on here now. So there we go. Ta-da! Is beautiful writing style already, so I just need to like commit and actually read it. So there we go. That has definitely been on here the longest, for sure, hands down. Okay, let's do prompt number 7. Phone a friend. Phone a friend. Could call my sister, I could call a family member, but my partner is here, so maybe I'll just have him do it. Pick a book for me on my shelves. I'm gonna leave this out so I don't forget about that. But yeah, maybe since he's actually here, he can just pick out a book for me. So that'll be at the end of this vlog. We shall see. Do prompt number 8, right? No, wait, did I just do 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, prompt number 8. Okay. Ooh. We have the letter J. Finally, we're getting some other random things other than just like cover art. That's so wild. Okay, J. Ooh, actually, I do have several here. So I do have Jam on the Vine by LaShonda Catrice Barnett, and I have Just Like Beauty by Lisa Lerner. Both are definitely way more like summer books for me, like straight up like hot summer. So I'm gonna add Mozart, the Jupiter Symphony. I'm using the J from the Jupiter Symphony because that is what is on the spine here. This is by Elaine Sisman, and it is the Cambridge Music Handbook. So while it does go in depth to music theory and actual notes and bars and all of that stuff, there is a lot of context and history in here in regards to the time of Mozart's life in Vienna and what symphonies meant and the impact that these symphonies had on the world around him. So I would definitely just like work around all this like theory stuff, but who knows, maybe I just cannot understand anything of it, and maybe there won't be enough for me to read, but I'm really curious. It is pretty short and thin, but filled with information, and then I can pass this on to somebody in my life who is much more smart with music theory and can actually understand this and gain actual inspiration or learn tactile things and skills and information about Mozart and these symphonies. So I'm gonna add this. This sounds pretty cool. Love learning new things. This one's like so niche too. I like it. Okay, prompt number 9 already. We still have some decisions to make, friends. Okay. Ooh. Shortest book. My shortest book. Oh, that has to be this one. And that is the Selected Poems of Emily Dickinson. Tiny. So small and dainty and tiny. Like, I'm actually scared to read this. I'm gonna try not to completely break its spine because it's just so dainty. There is 54 pages total, so this is definitely my smallest. It is so cute. It looks like it opens up with escape, compensation, forbidden fruit, the sea of sunset. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. I don't read a lot of poetry. I want to read more poetry, but I've just been nervous as to like how to read it. I still struggle with that because I could just like fly through it, read it really fast and be like, okay, I'm done. But I would like to actually enjoy it. And I feel like this would be so cute to take with me to like a coffee shop, or if it's warm enough out, go for a walk with it. And then return to this one. I feel like this is one that I could definitely return to. It looks so beautifully written. And I'm very excited for this Dover Thrift Edition too. It is stunning. So we're gonna add this one. Last prompt before we have to complete and circle back to the beginning of what all of this was. Okay, prompt number 10. Oh my gosh, another long one. Book that was turned into a movie. Well, we do know The Hours by Michael Cunningham was turned into a movie. What else? Interview with the Vampire, Anne Rice, that was turned into a movie, but that's obviously a spooky season book. I'm not going to read it in March. Again, we have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I did read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, but I listened to it as an audiobook, and it was very bizarre, and I feel like I would love to read it with the illustrations. Or read Through the Looking Glass. I feel like this would be such a fun early spring read, you know? Like, so much fun. So this is a big contender. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I'm feeling a summer vibe. I want to bring that book to a beach. I don't know why, that's just what I'm imagining. Moby Dick. Not reading Moby Dick. Little Women. Not quite. I want to save that for a little bit. Peter Pan. And then in the back here I have like Wuthering Heights, Wizard of Oz, Watership Down, classics. So basically we're going for classics. So if that's the case, I definitely am feeling Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This sounds so cute and sweet, and I would love to reread it like physically and not just listen to it. I think with the illustrations it would make it extra magical. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, and to see the way that like the fonts play with each other and stuff. Oh yeah, this is what I'm definitely gonna be reading. I'm really excited. Okay, so with all of this being said, what are we feeling for these books here? Ooh. So I'm not gonna do another literary fiction, The Rose Garden. We're gonna put this away. It's literary fiction, historical fiction. I'm kind of actually debating. I'm gonna put The Rose and the Beast back as well. I'm debating between Reckless Appetites by Jacqueline Duvall and The Accursed by Joyce Carol Oates. If I pick The Accursed, I probably won't get to it, but I feel like it would be just such a good option if for some reason I am feeling pulled to it one day while in March. I'm just like, I wanna read a really big book. Oh, I don't know. It is big, but the font size is pretty accessible, I feel like, and the feeling of this book is just like so nice, and I kind of wouldn't mind giving it a try. Let's do the first like little bit here. Ooh, maybe not. maybe not. Maybe this isn't it. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna just take back everything I just said, literally everything I just said, and we're gonna actually do The Rose and the Beast because this is like a short story collection, and I don't have a short story collection on here. We do have poems. We have a little bit of like almost everything kind of going on here except for fairy tale retellings. I feel like this would be really interesting, something to kind of fly through. This format is so interesting, but also something to enjoy. Not just to fly through it, but just something unique that's very different because I don't read fairy tales, and to have like a retelling in this format is just so cool. So let's just go ahead and do this. We're gonna add it, and I will be back with you all when my partner picks a book. So we will cut to that footage. Ooh, thanks. In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. It's a thriller. I don't have any thrillers on this stack, so that's perfect. Okay, friends, I do not know what my partner picked just now because I'm going to conclude the vlog here and now. Thank you all so incredibly much for being here. I am so excited with this beautiful stack. I'm really feeling inspired for March now. This feels like spring and a little bit of winter. We have some classics. A lot of feminist, divine feminine, female author energy, female characters. I'm very, very excited. We get to learn a lot, read Emily Dickinson, read some translated work as well. There's just such a big variety here, and I'm really, really excited about it. So thank you so incredibly much for being here. I hope you all are doing really well. I would love to hear what your reading plans are for March. Definitely let me know down below. I cannot wait to get into these books. I am so, so excited. And if you made it to the end of this video, comment an emoji that reminds you of the month of March, whatever that looks like to you. I think for me, March is almost that like purple kind of crystal ball emoji for some reason. Also, M for me is a purple color. It is like this magenta kind of hue, M. So yeah, just let me know what emojis remind you of the month of March or the word March or what have you. So thank you so incredibly much for being here, friends. I hope you're doing really, really well. Can't wait to see you all again very soon for my next video. Stay cozy, my friends. Bye!